we are going to do then the
Why don't I have
preface. Maybe the preface. It's probably an abbreviated book. It looks like a smaller book.
Motherfucker.
And so they take out the preface.
The most important part.
It's just like a summary.
kidding.
It's not even.
I actually started reading in that book that you let me borrow.
Oh, the preface is actually, I thought, really good because it summarizes the whole thing. It tells you what you're going to read. So on page X, which is 10, there's a section that says the course is a beginning, not an end. I guess I can read that. The course is a beginning, not an end. No more specific lessons are assigned, for there is no more need of them. Henceforth, hear but the voice of God, for he will direct your efforts, telling you exactly what to do, how to direct your mind, and when to come to him in silence, asking for his sure direction and his certain word. That's from the workbook. That's to support something it said before. But basically, the end of this course, it's not a commit or a dedication or a dependence on this book. It basically helps you to start to be sensitive to the Spirit within, the Holy Spirit. So the Holy Spirit is what the Course in Miracles points to, which is also called the decision maker, right? This original thing within us that is not our body, that is not our personality, that is the one that will either choose the ego, which is sin, guilt, shame, or choose the Holy Spirit, which is sameness, love, forgiveness. Both of those are made-up worlds. The question is, will we make up a lovely, peaceful world, or will we make up a dark, stressful world? The dark, stressful world sounds so much more fun, though, right? We're going to make that one up. So what it says, what the Course says.
Hero.
What?
If you get to be the hero in that version.
That's right.
In the dark, crazy world.
And they say that a hero can save us. Yeah. How could you have a hero unless you have bad guys? You need bad guys for you to be a hero. Or you need to assign someone the bad guy role to have someone else be the hero so that they can save you. All that stuff.
And you feel loved.
And then I feel loved. And I only can feel loved unless I have I have some kind of resolution and thing to be saved from. Because love is when you complete me. So I have to be broken. And then I got to find someone to complete my brokenness.
I love that story.
Yeah, it's a good story.
Yeah, that was maddening.
Oh, it's part of our culture, so it's hard to get rid of.
Yeah.
So what the Course says, nothing real can be threatened, nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. This is how A Course in Miracles begins. It makes a fundamental distinction between the real and the unreal, between knowledge and perception. Knowledge is truth under one law, the law of love or God. Truth is unalterable, eternal, and unambiguous. It can be unrecognized, but it cannot be changed. It applies to everything that God created. Only what He created is real. It is beyond learning because it is beyond time and process. It has no opposite, no beginning, and no end. It merely is. So that basically leaves out everything in our life. Because everything in our life changes. Everything in our life has an opposite. Everything in our life can be taken, can be altered, can be lost if you're not careful, and can be gained back if you lose it. If you're a good girl or a good boy, if you can change enough, all that stuff is normal life for us. And the Course is saying that that's not truth. Truth is you can't lose what is real. So what is that thing? And And interestingly enough, the work is not finding it, that thing that is real, that thing that we long for. The work is not finding it. The work is recognizing all the things that aren't love. And when I recognize it, I just let them go. And so the work is not being love. The work is finding your hindrance to love. The work is not being free. The work is finding all my hindrances to my freedom. How I've tied myself, which is a funny concept. But the only one that could possibly bind you is you. That's right. That's it. And so if you find yourself in a pickle, the question is not what are they doing to me? Why is life doing this? The question is what are my beliefs that have kept me bound? And if you can notice them, that is how you become free. And it's just noticing, because those of us, if you're aware, the natural progression is freedom and health. It's only when you're unaware of your binding everyday activities, how you've kept yourself in bondage, how you've enslaved yourself to this life. The only way you keep yourself tortured is that you keep yourself unaware. They say that the only victim is the one that is unaware that they are a victim. Once you're aware that I'm choosing victimness, well, then you can choose freedom.
Yeah, it's crazy looking back. You know how you say, like, watch the movie with Jesus in the movie theater, whatever. I'm like watching old movies like from 10 years ago, and it's crazy. Like normally I would have put those in the category of love, but now I think they would be drama or almost like horror. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because like this person needs to be put into a mental institution. When I look at like the person that I was, it's scary. Yeah, and it's beautiful to be able to recognize that, and then it's even more beautiful to recognize recognize you're crazy right now, because if you still think you're in a body, there's some crazy there in there. So there's always room to recognize while you're still here, and then the moment you don't recognize it, the moment you recognize all of it, theoretically, you're not going to be here anymore. So God bless all those crazies in my life, because they get to be my catalyst to recognize my own crazy. Thank you so much, crazies. Yep. Sue, do you have anything to say? I haven't heard from you. I miss my Sue. Good. It's good. Indeed. All right, please interrupt if you have anything. Yeah. The world of perception, on the other hand, is the world of time, change, or beginnings and ends, which is the ego world. It's based on interpretation, not on facts. It is the world of birth and death, founded on the belief in scarcity, loss, separation, and death. It is learned rather than given, selective in its perceptual emphasis, unstable in its functioning, and inaccurate in its interpretations. From knowledge and perception, respectively, the two distinct thought systems arise, which are opposite in every respect. So knowledge is the Holy Spirit, which just knows, and perception is the ego, which has to interpret, and more specifically, it's projecting. It's always constantly projecting. No problem. It's projecting its separate ideas to keep itself separate and keep itself special and keep itself alive, which to the ego is separate, distinct, set apart from, existing. The word exist actually is Latin for set apart from. And so to exist, that is the thing that we think is the basis of reality. To exist is to set apart from the other thing. And so we have this whole idea of we are distinct and recognizable, separate from each other. That is ego's mantra, to be separate, to stay separate. In order to do that, the activity of the ego is seek but do not find. Seek happiness, that's great, but never find it. Seek peace, seek contentment, but never find it, because in the seeking, you always are projecting and looking and running and doing and
moving away, so to speak, from that which you already are, or having the action or the activity. And so you never ever find, especially never find love, because love is unifying, is oneness, is contentment, and there's no more seeking, and there's no more other. We are complete. And then when that happens, the most horrible thing happens. Your separateness ceases to be. And if you cease to have separateness, this separate identity is annihilated. And in this annihilation, your separate self, where does it go? There's nothing more terrifying to the ego than to be annihilated. It is death. And so above all else, it seeks to keep that separation game going. And so what do? Well, we make up things that make this separate thing real. Like, well, the first thing that is we assign our identity to a body, because the body obviously dies and can be hurt and get taken away from, and can gain, and to get healthy and to get sick. And so obviously I'm real. Look at all this stuff. How can you say that this is not real?
I was just thinking, okay, maybe a little off topic, but you know how you're saying, like, how when you realize oneness, you cease to exist. Yep. And like, but also that like time is not linear on the other side. So we're currently living multiple lifetimes right now. And I'm just wondering, I'm just thinking in my head, my crazy mind goes like, what if, like, you know, the people who just like instantly die, like, or they die in their sleep or something like that. Like, what if they transcended in another lifetime, and everything that they've accomplished in this lifetime is already done, and then they finished what they needed to do in all the other lifetimes, and then they finally transcended, and that's why they died in this lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, I think on that storyline, which is cool, I think that happens to us constantly throughout the day. When you learn a lesson, I think that you can shift timelines, you can shift lives, so to speak, in the middle of this life.
I like that, yeah.
And it's like having the experience of something being really, really difficult, and then you just like, you have this epiphany or this forgiveness moment or this releasing or whatever, and it's just not so bad anymore.
So like, I've seen this girl who posts like the different timelines, like as like a staircase in a house. There's like the basement, first floor, and second floor. And like, she was saying how like, you know, you're in the basement and then you transcend or whatever to another timeline. So you're in like the bottom floor of the house. And so it's not that like the people that are in your life that haven't, aren't there with you, like, but like they're in the basement, so you can still like talk to them or something like that. But I also think about like some of the people who aren't in my life anymore. Yeah. And I think that's the only thing that gives me peace, is like knowing that I feel like I am, you know, kind of hopefully going to another level.
You're progressing.
Yeah.
You're doing a good job.
Yeah, thanks. And just a lot of like, I mean, including like my dad and my brothers and my stepmom and
what do you mean, like going to heaven kind of thinking?
No, like leveling, like how you said, like
we're progressing
to a new timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you said?
There's all kinds of progression type
like
thinking.
A lot of my friends, you know, where I'm like, well, I'm glad I'm not hanging out with them anymore. But like, it's sad.
Well, that's the part that keeps you where you are, is that idea of it's sad. They're going to miss out. I'm going to miss out. I need to be better. They need to be better. I'm bad. They're bad. That whole thing. You know, I've shared my stories about my mom, for example. Like, she's been very difficult for me. She's been a wonderful catalyst for me to choose oneness. So one of the things about oneness is that you don't need to save anybody. No one needs to be saved, no matter, including yourself. Yourself doesn't need to be saved. So they don't need to be saved. So my mom doesn't need to be saved. Well, she gives me calls, maybe 20 in a row, that tells me that she does need to be saved. Mm-hmm. Right? She's very explicit in all of her ways that she needs to be saved. And then usually her saving always has a dollar figure associated with it. So if you could just give me this dollar figure, then I'll be saved. Thank you so much for the day's activity. Goodbye until next time. And And so then it would really bother me. So I've had months and years of suffering because I needed her to be different. Like, how could she do this to me? How could she be that this way? And then on top of that, how not only doing this to me right now, how could she have been doing this to me my whole life? She robbed me of what a mom should be. She robbed me of the life I should have had.
You don't think that anymore?
No.
Okay.
And then on top of that, she robbed all of my sisters of the life they should have had. And then I can get like on my high horse of defending the innocent. How could you do this to my little sisters? So then I have this whole giant againstness, and it suffers so much. And then something happens that I'm like, well, you're doing the best you can. You have the life that you want. Or at least you're trying to have your life you want, and I want to have the life I want. Like, we're the same. We're both doing the same. You're asking for what you want. I ask for what I want all the time. Do I need to give it to you? I guess I don't need to give it to you. Can I give it to you? I guess I can. What is the real goal here? Well, maybe the real goal is just that I keep a high resonance. I keep a high state of being. Maybe I do things out of love instead of out of guilt and shame. Which are my specialties. I love guilt and shame. And can I engage with my mom, which is in constant trauma, constant. She can't help it. Can I engage with her and stay at a high resonance? I can, but it has to be different. Well, what does that look like? Well, I got to make up a new life to do it. And so today, if she wanted to be in a relationship, the thing I made up is I can be, but if she calls me for money, I'll give what I can, because the poor lady's a mess, all from her own creation. But yet, what would I do out of love? Well, there's this role of mother that I'm going to honor, and I'm going to give her what I feel is okay. But I'm not going to talk with her because I don't want to hear the drama, and I don't want to be in the drama. Especially when she loves the drama. I don't like the drama. Yeah. And so now I just give what I feel like I want to, that I can stay in the high resonance, and then I'm not going to entertain the drama at all. And so she calls other people and gives them the drama, and then they call me, can she have $100? Can she have $300? Sure. God bless you.
It's easier when you don't have to listen to the drama.
Well, yeah, and so I don't know, is this a perfect model? No, of course not. There's lots of holes in it. But the important thing is I live in a world today where that suffering from having someone that needs to be different is not as prominent. It's almost, it's like so different. It feels so much better. She hasn't changed. Yeah. I changed. Yeah. And what did I do? I let go of what she should be. That's one of those things. She should be different. Yeah. Well, she's now 79 years old. And she's been this way her whole life. Yeah. Is there a chance that she may never change? It is a pretty good chance that she may never change. So who can change if they want to change?
You can.
I can. Me. And so that's how it always is. Can you be perfect? And then I can even add a bigger story to it. Well, she, maybe she's part of my life so that I have the opportunity to give up all my money, right? I'm all scarcity driven. Like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to have enough money to take care of people. Well, here she is poking at me, not doing all the social rules that you're supposed to do when you ask for people for money. She's being a crazy derelict asking for money. And so now I'm wasting money on a crazy derelict that's taking advantage of me. All these things, all these triggers for me. And so then, okay, well, how can I love this person? Yes. Okay, well, what does it look like? Well, here's what this looks like. And then I can have a peaceful life. So, but does that mean that I don't put myself in harm's way? Or I do? Well, I still don't have to, right? I still don't have to be in relationship with her. Yeah. It doesn't make me a bad person. I still don't have to save her, which is if somebody is hurting, can I have a good life while somebody else suffers traumatically? Well, yes, if it's not my job to solve other people's problems. It's my job to love and keep my frequency high. Yeah. That's my job.
I think that's what I do right now with a lot of like the friends, especially like the parents asking for not you, Kristen, as I'm not talking about you, because but
It's everybody.
But some of the parents,
For sure.
like I would take their kids to school and pick them up every day, and there was just this like guilt. I was like, oh, I have to, and now I have a new setup with one of the moms because I did it for so long, and I'm able to do it in a way that like it's easy for me, where I'm not like sacrificing anything. So she every morning. I didn't even ask her to do this, but every morning she needs a ride for her kids, which is Monday, Tuesday, and every other Friday. She asks, "Can you pick up Victoria today?" You know, and I'm like, I love that she's doing that. It's awesome. You know, it's not like this. Is she coming? Are we running late? Because I haven't heard for that kind of thing. And anyway, it's cool to be able to do that now. Like, be in the person's life, give, but not like sacrifice. You know, like I used to do. Like, oh. Giving so much to these people. And,
I know.
You know, ooh, look, your friend.
Oh, wow. Hey, buddy. Yeah, and then what's happening if you go from sacrifice to, what's it called? Sacrifice to giving. Like, what's different? The difference is, I feel like, you know, when I'm like being so benevolent, now I'm such a spiritual person, I'm giving money to whatever. And then all of a sudden they start showing up every day. And asking for it. And then you're like, I feel like I'm being taken advantage of.
Well, yeah, she was starting to ask for more.
So what's the difference? The real difference is just how I frame it. You know, like, oh, now it's too much. Now I can't believe they're doing this to me, right? And I suffer.
Yeah, no, I just said, no, I'm sorry. She said, that's okay. I'll find someone else.
Yeah, and so is it okay to say
no?
No.
Yes.
It is okay to say no. It is okay to say no. And so all the things, like Sue's story. Is it okay to go get my purse? Yes, go get your purse. You don't need to give the bad guy your purse. Take it back. But while you take it back, bless them on the way out. God bless you that you would need to take my purse.
Yeah.
I hope you find happiness. Now give me my damn purse. You know. God bless you as you try to find happiness, trying to get $100 from all your friends. God bless you when you can't manage your life and pick up your own damn kids. I hope you figure it out, but I'm going to say no today.
I think Sue said something else about saying sorry. Didn't you say something else, Sue, about saying sorry? How that's like an act of love or whatever? Because that's the first time you said it, I was like, oh yeah, I'll think of it like that.
I can't remember.
I forgot, but I was like, I like how she said that.
Whatever it is, you can feel, whatever you're doing. The thing about me is I'm very tricky. I know how to lower my resonance and seem like I'm doing whatever my environment says I'm supposed to do, whatever my culture. And so the most important thing is for you to watch yourself, because you can make enemies out of anybody. You can make other people bad so easily. You can make yourself bad so easily. And that's what forgiveness does. Forgiveness is just letting go of all of those judgments that we have for everything. We're judgment machines. And to get to knowledge, like this intro said, is not to gain understanding. It is to let go of all the things we've covered it up with, which is all of our judgment. Perception is all of our meaning that we put on everything. We're like perception judgment machines on everything.
I'm a judgment factory right now.
Judgment factory. That's what we do. Yeah. That is actually the reality of our whole universe and universes. It's all just this meaning placement. It's an idea that we projected.
Yeah. I thought I'd be less judgy, because actually I was more judgy, but now I'm like judgy in a different way.
Yeah, you just fine tune your judgment. The judgments are not going to go away. So it's not a matter, you can't stop judging. You can't stop it. You can't. Yeah. So it's a matter of making your judgment more friendly.
Yeah, for sure.
You're making it up either way. Yeah. Are you going to make up a friendly world, or are you going to make up a world of enemies? A world of togetherness or a world of separation? A world of sin and guilt, or a world of oneness and friends and whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever that opposite is.
Love it.
Well, 7:05. We got 2 paragraphs into the intro.
I know. Let's do that. Can we do? Wait. Do we have to go? Can we do one principle of miracles for Kristen?
What is that?
I'm here.
Meaning of miracles. Principles of miracles.
Okay. Yeah, of course. Chapter 1, meaning of miracles.
I have notes on these.
Oh, man. Chapter 1, Part 1, Principles of Miracles. There is no order of difficulty in miracles. One is not harder or bigger than the other.
Yeah. This is what I was explaining to Kristen the other day, and I was like, Javon will explain this perfectly.
They are all the same. They are all expressions of love. All expressions of love are maximal. So when it's saying there's no order of difficulty, bigger or smaller, the miracle, what the Course calls a miracle, is when you release your idea that somebody is different or something is different or something is bad or someone is bad, including yourself, or someone is good and you're not able to get to the good for some reason. All that stuff, all the judgments. The miracle is realizing that the judgment isn't real and you let it go. And the thing that remains is your is who you are. It's the spirit. You're sitting in the theater with Jesus and watching the show. And the experience of that is peaceful. And the experience of that is contentment. And the experience of that is, some version of what we would probably label happy-ish. And so we say, well, there are some things that are harder than others. It's hard to raise the dead. That's a big miracle. It's hard to feed 5,000 or 7,000 or the 12,000 or whatever the number was in the Bible when Jesus did that. It's hard to deal with my mom or my ex or my spouse. It's hard to, right? And we put these things that are hard and some things are easy. Well, if I had your life, it would be easy. That's easy. But the reality is all of those things that we're calling miracles are not miracles. That's what the Course in Miracles calls magic. And magic is when you try to change your exterior world. You try to change the world of appearance and the world of separation. But that's not a miracle according to this non-dual teaching. The miracle is when you start to relate to the thing that cannot change. You start to relate to that which you've always been, the contentment that you've always had, the peace that the peace that you are. It's who you are. But the only way that you can experience that, which is in the introduction even before this, is that it says the Course does not aim at teaching the meaning of love, for that is beyond what it can be taught. It does aim, however, at removing the blocks to the awareness of love's presence, which is your natural inheritance. The opposite of love is fear, but what is all-encompassing can have no opposite, because nothing real can be threatened, nothing unreal exists.
So I think we were talking about it, Kristen, because you said that there was something that you needed to do, and you said it was hard. And I think that's where I got this idea from, was like, if you think of it as hard, then it will be hard,
What was it that I said it was hard? I'm trying to remember. Because my brain's kind of scrambled eggs right now.
Oh, yeah. It's okay. I think what I was thinking is, if we think of it as hard, it will be hard. But if we think of it more neutral, right, then it's not like hard. It's not easy. It's just, I'm just going to do it and it'll get done. But the judgment that we put on it is what makes it hard. And then it becomes this like thing that we turn into, it's like maximizes the,
Well, we think of all the things that you have to do. It's like, well, this is too hard. All the things I have to do. I have to get, it's too hard to have a better life. I have to quit my job and then find another job. And then and then work really hard for years, and then create this money, and then invest it, and then have this other level of money, and then it's like what do you
like the white picket fence house that I see to like maybe try to tie into something like that.
Yeah, I have all these world changes that I need to have happen.
But also like getting up and taking a shower and eating, like it if you say it's hard, it will be hard. I think don't put so much like judgment on it, I guess,
It's
or
true.
don't feed into like the
fact that I still haven't slept in my own bed yet.
Yeah,
well, that's true because I'm attracting that.
Yeah.
And if that's what I do, that's going to happen. And, my bed's way more comfier than the couch. But, all I have to do is just go upstairs and go to bed.
Yeah.
I do
but
that.
if you keep replaying that story over and over again, like, I haven't slept in my bed, I haven't slept in my bed, I haven't slept in my bed, and you repeat it to everybody 100 times, and then you, like, have all those emotions attached to it every time you repeat it, you're like, it's like consuming you, You gotta, like, let it go. Like, what is it? What are we doing? Releasing?
Forgiving, letting go.
Releasing, letting go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, release it. Have you ever heard of Louise Hay? That person, she's like a positive thinking person.
Yeah, you have.
Louise Hay.
I've talked to you about her, right? Louise Hay, Heal Your Body. Kristen.
Louise.
Yeah. She has. Yeah.
Louise Hay. She's a very famous positive thinking person. She started Hay House, which is a publisher. Anyway, all the things. Her main thing is positive talking. Yeah, positive self-talk.
Oh yeah, you could just look her up on YouTube and listen to her all day. She's awesome.
The way that you talk to yourself all day long. For simple things like oh man, I had such a bad night's sleep because I slept on the couch again. It's just too hard to get to my bed, and on and on and on and on and on, that we have these self-talks. And these self-talks are really spells that we're putting on ourselves.
Spells. That's what they are.
They're spells.
Yes.
Duh.
They're spells. And how do you know they're spells? Well, they're made of words. And how do you make a word? You spell it.
That.
You spell it.
Oh
and so it's not as dark magic-y as you think. It's what we do. We cast spells on ourselves all day long. So what spells are you casting on yourself? Well, pay attention to your words, how you talk about things. Because as you talk about things, it adjusts your resonance. And your resonance is your experience of life. And your whole life changes. So what can you do very simply? You can cast different spells. Change your words. Notice them. Louise Hay is the best at that.
She is.
You'll hear her talk and you'll be like, how in the world can someone live like that? It's all lies. Well, everything she's saying is a lie to somebody because they've been casting different kinds of spells. They've been casting the spells to have the world of separation, where Louise Hay is casting the spell of oneness and abundance and love and togetherness and friendship. Every word that comes out of her mouth is a spell for that.
Okay, I have something else to say.
Yeah.
And then we can go. But that thing that I was saying that Sue says, I have a note here that says, learn to say no, it's an act of love. And then below it, I don't know if these go together, but it says a gift given with guilt is not a gift, it brings separation. And I feel like when we say yes, we feel like we're giving that gift of like, yes, I'll help you. But when we give it with guilt or shame, it brings separation. Does that make sense? Is that what?
Yeah, like if you say yes because you feel like you have to, like because you want to defend the idea of you this in order to be a good whatever, you're also attacking yourself and implying that it's possible for you to not be a good whatever.
I know. You guys, I'm going to Thanksgiving at my mom's house out of guilt.
It's the best.
I'm debating if I should go or not. The kids are begging me not to go. It's because certain people are going to be there. That it's literally my mom, my dad, and 2 other people, and this specifically one other person. And my mom knows it, and my dad knows it. So do I not go? You guys, I need help. It's Thanksgiving.
Well, going or not going is not the issue. It's my judgment about it. Is it okay to say no, I'm not going to go? Absolutely, I would. But, it's a matter of if you go or you don't go. you release people and bless them, and as they do what they do, you release them again and bless them. Release them again and bless them. My grandparents, if I did what they wanted me to do, I would have lived in their basement in Missouri for my whole life. That's what they wanted. They love me so much that I want you to give up your life and live in my basement. It's like, well, thank you so much for that love, but I'm not going to do that. And then every time they would call me, they would they would want me to feel guilty about not fulfilling the will of God. It's God's will that you're in Missouri doing the ministry here.
Oh.
And live in you should live with us so that we can take care of you. And I told him one day, I'm like, listen, I love you a lot, but I'm not going to have these conversations with you if you're just trying to use guilt so that I can come out there. These are not fun conversations for me. So I don't want you to ask me to move out there. I'm not going to do it. And then for the rest of their life, my grandfather moped about it. He felt so bad because he felt I needed to be in Missouri to follow God's will, because they had a church and I was running it for a while, and then I quit because I hated Missouri. And regardless if it was good to be in Missouri or not, I said no. And then they, for the rest of his life, felt bad. Like I was, and it was tricky because it was like they really felt like I should be there. And so then they moped, and my relationship with him was further strained for the rest of his life. And so what do I do about that? Well, all I did, who knows if we did it right.
You shamed his name.
I love you. I love you, Papa.
Yeah.
I love you. I'm not coming to Missouri.
Yeah.
No, I love you. Hey, wow, it's good to see what's going on. Just serving the will of God. If you weren't living in God's permissive will, you would be too.
He says that.
Wow. Okay. Well, have a good day. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.
That's rough. That's really rough. I think parents and grandparents feel that like you're a reflection of them, and they take that responsibility on. And if you turn your back against God, then so do they.
But what's the difference? We have those people, your mom, my mom, all these people in our life, our spouses, our kids. Do we say, I can't believe they would do this to me. I feel so horrible. Why would he make me feel horrible? And then I carry around that thing and that anguish instead of just, God bless them, man. They're doing the best they can. If I was them, I would probably be doing the same thing too. They're just trying to be happy. I'm just trying to be happy. Are you going to give them what they want? Oh, no, never. If you don't give them what they want, you might not ever be in relationship ever again with them. Well, maybe so. But God bless them. I love them. I'll be in relationship with them if they want to participate the way that I like to participate with life, which is freedom.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make up stories. That's one of the things that Carolyn and I disagree with. She likes to make up stories so people feel she hates disappointing people.
Aww.
And so she makes up these stories about what's not happening now. And then I will usually just say, no, thank you though for the offer. And she's like, you can't just say that.
I think a lot of us make up stories. It's easier.
Yeah.
It's easier. Especially,
easier for what?
I had somebody ask, I just said, I don't think we're going to make it. And she would literally ask me, now I realize like she's a psycho, but she would ask me like almost every time I saw her, immediately she was like, why can't you go? Like, and I was like, I think we're busy. She's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It was the weirdest thing. I'm like, don't you just get that I don't want to go? And every time it was like, so do you think you can go now? And I was like, I don't know. I don't think so. And it was just like, I should have just said no.
Yeah. When you have these honest conversations, I'm not going because I feel like you're really aggressive and it makes me feel uncomfortable. And now you can say that in a way that is like an attack, and you can also say that in a way that is just sincere. Like, I feel aggressive and it makes me feel uncomfortable. Maybe there could be a different world, and maybe it's just me. I'm not sure. Do you ever feel aggressive? Is it intentional? No, it's not intentional. Why would you say that to me? It's like, well, I don't know. That's just my feeling. And I wish it were different, but at the moment it's not. Anyway, if you'd like to talk more about this, we can.
Now it wasn't just me. Like it was like she was being that way with everybody, so I didn't feel so bad. Like, because the other two moms were like, yeah.
I've found having the conversation about the thing is always much more helpful. Yeah. And it's more interesting. Like the people that I hate to be around, if I have the conversation about I hate to be around you, that becomes an interesting conversation for me that I actually enjoy having.
Sure.
I'm like, well, I don't like being around you.
I can see that. Oh, your wife's going to be home soon. What were you going to say? Sorry. What were you going to say? Yeah. Oh, is that all you're going to say? I might have to get home to help my kids.
Oh. Yeah, no, I was just going to say, like, I kind of have the same situation with my mom, too, that you have to mom, too. But also, Layla, like, there's, times where I didn't want to go celebrate Thanksgiving or Easter at my mom's. Right. And instead I would take the kids and go over to my best friend's house that I've been friends with since second grade. And, because my mom does me nuts, and, like she does me nuts.
Yeah. I think the guilt is like my mom does so much for us. She does so much, and so I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I can't not do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you can't feel bad about it. You can't,
I know. I think I'm gonna say no. I already said yes.
On Thanksgiving and don't even have turkey. But just
I was gonna.
Get,
no. Oh yeah, we didn't have turkey last year. We had chimichurri chicken. Chimichurri. So the girls are excited about
chicken
with like baked beans and cornbread and loaded mashed potatoes. Yeah, I think something happened where yesterday with the kids at lunch with her, she was like, her and my aunt, I guess, were like telling them they don't need to get baptized and all they're just together. They're a lot, and I guess they talk politics a lot with the kids.
Save you from the.
They're like
sacrilege activity.
Yeah, and they're like, listen to what we're saying, get off your phone, but like we're not going to talk to you. So I was going to send my mom this message today. It was nice.
Yeah. Oh, you were going to send a
just
message?
Saying,
I thought you'd send her this message.
No! I don't send anybody these messages. These are, I do, but I know whatever I say on here.
These are private.
Are they?
Actually, they're not.
They're public,
I could make them private.
No,
should I make them private?
I don't care if you guys don't care. But I think instead of sending that message, I'll let her know we're not coming to Thanksgiving.
We did get three views on one of these so somebody might heard it besides us. I think all three were me.
No.
And me.
There you go.
And Kristen.
Oh yeah,
and
probably
Sue.
Me. Yeah, because I re-listen to everything.
Yeah, she's been re-listening to all of them actually.
Okay.
After we talked.
Yeah, that's what they intended are for.
Yeah. So I might actually come and start taking notes.
Oh boy! All right. Well, lovely meeting with you, ladies. I think our time has ended. Carolyn is home and now making, and the kitchen is alive. We're in full force. It's gonna get loud around here. Kids are up.